So now you're starting to make money with your junk removal business. So have you thought about where you're going to invest that cash flow from your business? Have you considered reinvesting it right back into your junk removal business for a massive return on your investment capital? Let me explain. What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again, do it yourself junk removal SEO, where I help junk removal business owners, dumpster rental companies, small businesses understand the internet, getting their business found online, and also sharing some of the business insights I've been learning over the years as I grow my business as well. And today, what I want to talk about is return on investment capital, the money that you're generating for your business, the proper ways to invest it, and how to get the best return for your money on the money that you're making with your junk removal business. So, I myself like to do some trading. It's called option tradings, puts and calls, that kind of thing in the stock market. My whole goal when doing this is just to get a 1% return every single 30 days before my money. So at the end of the year, I get it, anywhere from 11 to 12% return on my money. So that doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it's just something that I enjoy doing, and I'm learning more and more as I progress. But what people always say is that the S&P 500 gives people usually 8 to 9% return on a yearly basis. That's just on average on return on invest on money. So if you had $1,000 in the S&P 500 on average, it'll give you an 8 to 9% return. So at the end of the year, you have your $1,000. Now you have $1,090. So in the 2 years, it'll compound on that. So you're $1,888 or something to that extent. And then you have also boring, dull bank CDs, which are paying pretty good now. And you're 4.5, even 5%. So what that means, you have $1,000, drop it in the bank CD, wait 12 months, and at the end of 12 months, you'll have $1,050. Whoop-de-doo. That's all great and wonderful if I'm going to live to 1,000 years old, compound over that time frame. But that's just a very, very weak return on investment capital. So what's this have to do with junk removal, small business, things like that? What I've learned now, especially this last year or so, is that businesses that know what the hell they're doing, businesses that are the big hitters, the ones probably in your area that are really breaking it in, the ones that are really kicking some ass, companies like 1-800 Got Junk, the Junk King, and some big players in your area, they have this concept dialed in their mind. What they understand is that the money that they generate for their business, they reinvest it right back into their business. Then that could mean rebuilding their website, working on a bunch of other stuff. But one of the big things that they do is they pay for advertising, Google AdWords. What these businesses understand is it takes them a while to get their numbers, but they'll end up spending a certain amount of money per month in order to start generating leads. After a few months of doing that, they get to a rough estimate of what it's going to cost them to generate one lead. Then, after a while of accumulating leads, figuring out what it's costing them to generate that lead, then they're going to figure out what their closing ratio is going to be for those leads. So, whenever they get 10 leads in, how many do they close on those leads? Once they dial that stuff in, they get a rough estimate of they figure something called a customer acquisition cost. And then from then, they figure out how much money it's going to make, each customer is going to make them on average for each lead that they generate. I know it sounds super complicated, but this is what these big businesses do, something that I myself, especially the last year or so, have been really, really trying to understand and implement it for myself, for my business, my web design business, because this is the game changer. This is what changes everything because these businesses understand this formula. So I'm going to give you a quick example here. I was talking to a gentleman out in Orange County. He's got a junk removal out in Orange County. It is an absolute bloodbath of competition out there. And I could see why. I've done some research. There's a bunch of big companies, bunch of big players, and they're all playing this game of customer acquisition costs. So what I've kind of realized is just did a quick keyword search to see what the cost per clicks would be for some of these keywords like junk pickup in Orange County, junk removal Orange County. And what I estimate it's going to be about $20 per click in order for my ads to start showing up on Google's search engine for those search terms. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and conduct my marketing plan. I'm going to go ahead and set aside $2,000 for my Google Ads campaign. So with those $2,000, I'm going to expect to get 100 clicks on my ads and my ad campaigns. Out of those 100 clicks, I'm going to try to get a 30% conversion rate. What that means is all those 100 clicks, I'm going to generate basically 30 leads out of all those clicks that I get on my Google AdWords. So now I have 30 leads. Let's say I just close 50% of those. Out of those 30 good leads that I got, spending $2,000, now I'm closing just 50% of those, which is 15 jobs. Now let's say each one of my jobs generates me on average $500 per job. Now I multiply 15 times 500, that's $7,500 in revenue. And of course, I got to minus the costs for fuel, dump fees, all that stuff. Let's say it costs $2,000 to run all that stuff, the dump fees, the fees, everything done, plus the $2,000 that I spent on the ads. So it leaves me with $3,500 in revenue. That's great. So that means I spent $2,000 to make $3,000. That is a tremendous return on investment. And see, this is what these big players understand. Once they figure out these numbers, then they just go all in. Once they figure out that it ends up costing them $2,000 to get 100 clicks to get 30 leads, so they just go, okay, if I spent $2,000 to get 30 leads, let's go ahead and spend 4,000 in order to get 60 leads. We close 50% of those. That gives us 30 jobs, which equals 30 jobs times 500. Now you're looking at $15,000 in revenue. And this is the game that these people play. And in order for you as a business owner to really take it to the next level, this is something that you have to start to understand. You have to understand customer acquisition costs. You can't just be, how do you say, just playing small ball. These guys are not messing around. They're playing, they're playing in the big leagues. So you're getting in the ring with some heavyweights. You're not getting in the ring with third graders. You're getting in the ring with heavyweights. So you have to compete. And in order to do that, you have to understand marketing, advertising, budgets, customer acquisition costs, closing costs, all that stuff. So once you get those numbers dialed in, you'll end up, it will not hurt you to spend money on your advertising, because every dollar you put in, you're going to get $2 or $3 back. Once you get that concept, you can really start to take off with your business. That's something I said I'm learning myself. I do some advertising myself for my business on Facebook ads, spending some money right there. My whole goal is to generate leads on there and eventually convert them into someone I can build their website for, no matter what the business is, a contractor, junk removal, whatever it might be. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Try to make you understand that the best thing to do with the money you're making with your junk removal business is to reinvest it right back into your business to start making it grow faster and multiply what you're doing. And just stashing it away, putting it in a bank CD, is not going to get you anywhere. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you guys want some information of some of the stuff that I offer, all the links are in the description below. And that's all I got for you guys today. Till next time.